Well, one of the real rarities in the archive collection is a recording that demonstrates how Delia generated and shaped the sounds from which she built her music. This is the master tape, is what we're going to listen to now, the master tape for her work on the programme Tutankhamun's Egypt.
Egypt, Lot 1. This is the master opening titles, the final version, 30 seconds approximately, with tail to go into museum. Okay, coming up.
What we heard there was Delia's recorded notes to the producer about these sounds that she was creating. Was that a common practice to do this kind of thing?
If you had specific plans of exactly where it went, you didn't have time to talk to the producer, and I think in that time Delia would be lagging behind the process of putting the programme together, so the tapes would have been rushed over by cab. So she would put on it where it was to go. Because she wouldn't have time to edit it, and she wouldn't have time to have communicated exactly where it was in the picture.
This is M1 of Egypt Programme 1, which goes from 0 feet to 155.
What does it tell us about her working practice that we have this tape with her voice recorded on in that way?
Again, she's communicating very directly in sound, whereas perhaps most of us would write notes. She's wanting to communicate immediately and directly.
Yeah. But also that it was rushed. She was finishing something very, very late on, and it had to go over and probably go on the programme that afternoon.
In fact, there is rather more than you need here, about 2.5 minutes. Maybe you'd like to fit it where it fits.
Well, the archive also contains the raw elements of much of Delia's work. So what we're going to do now is hear an extract from the completed version of a piece called The Dance from a schools programme with the title Noah. And now let's listen to some of the raw tracks that were combined to make that final tune.
Well, it's the individual building blocks, and it's the way music, electronic music and popular music is put together as a matter of course anyway, track by track. In these days, as we said with the Doctor Who theme, there were no multi-track recorders, so everything was a separate strip of tape and then manually synchronised at the end. But again, it was a pioneering use of the technology that was available to create virtual multitracks at the time, so that one person could put together an entire piece, single person orchestration, one man band type of thing.
One of the elements of The Dance from Noah has a very strange quality to it. It was composed in the late 60s, we know, but it sounds like something that could be danced to in a club right now. David Butler from Manchester University.
When the archive was first announced in July 2008, several short extracts from the archive were played on the BBC on PM. And the one that got the most astonishing reaction was the extract we played of the rhythm track of the Dance from Noah. Within 24 hours, we were inundated with emails from all around the world, as well as the sort of reaction in the media and on PM itself. They played the piece to Paul Hartnell of Orbital.
quite amazing actually, because that could be coming out next week on Warp Records. Yes, it sounds sort of old, but it could be something off of a recent Alltecker album or something like that.
In America, there's a forum about digital music, and there was somebody posting on there, and they'd called hoax and believed that this thing, couldn't possibly have been done in 1971, that the technology wasn't available, that Delia wasn't working in that style or whatever. And so I went on there and was sort of explaining, no, it's genuine, it's legitimate. So that particular piece seems to have sent shockwaves around the sort of electronic music community, and I think you can hear why.